Hello everyone. So today I'm going to talk about network software. So what is a network? A network is something that a group of systems is going to communicate with each other to achieve a goal. To do that, any network requires a software. Just like we have softwares like C, C++, Java, networks also have softwares to run the network effectively or to make the communication effective. So before we go on to it, we should understand that there is some particular standard that every network can follow to ensure the communication between the sender and the receiver. So for this communication to happen, there is something called as protocol. So what is this protocol? So the protocol is nothing but a set of rules that is going to ensure the communication of data between a sender and receiver. So just like we have any rules to be followed while we drive a vehicle in a traffic, likewise, the data is also moving from the sender to the receiver also follow certain rules guided to them by the particular protocol. There are different protocols for different purposes. So we will be understanding about that in the next class. However, we need to understand that the basic of any data communication is always a set of rules, which is nothing but protocol. So network software has two things. The first one is syntax, which is nothing but the structure or format of a data. For example, if you take the physical address of your system, there are some numbers, right? Those numbers refer to the address of the machine or the system. So this is able to identify the sender of the system and the receiver of the system. So there are specific structures to define the address. So that is called as syntax. So generally in computer language, syntax is nothing but, for example, if you take C language, printf has a syntax. Only when you follow the syntax, the printf statement executes without any errors. If there are any errors, the printf statement will not execute. Likewise, every network has a certain syntax or a structure or a format in which the data has to be sent from the sender to the receiver. That can be in the form of address. So the address can have any first 8 bits dedicated only for the data and the second 8 bits dedicated for the address of the receiver. So let me share a screen to just simply help you understand how the syntax works. So if you see a printf statement, the syntax is anything within the double quotes ended with a semicolon. If I do not give this semicolon, the syntax is wrong and the printf command in C language will not execute. Likewise, every network software is governed by something called syntax. So that syntax is nothing but a set of numbers. For example, if I have 8 numbers, a particular network can have a particular type where the first 4 talks about data and then last 4 talks about address to which the data is to be sent, or it is called as the receiver side, receiver address. This can differ from networks to networks. So this is called the syntax of a network. Now let's see what is a semantic. So semantic is nothing but, in English also, semantic means meanings. So here in the network software, semantics refers to how the data means or what the bits of the data define any particular pattern they are talking about or what action has to be done. So entire meaning of the bits is mentioned in the semantics. So these are the basics of any network software. If you like the class, please subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class.